Hello and welcome. Adita Lang here, and in today's strength class, well, we're working a full body, head to toe, leaving no stone unturned. And with that said, you would like a light set and a medium set of weights, also a mat. Great disposition and opened out space, water close by, take breaks when you need to, and work at a pace that's comfortable to you. So simply starting off by marching in place. And as you're marching, I want you to think posture. Shoulders are back and down, chest is up, and we're going. Now march forward, lift the knee, and march back. And up. Again. Basically just warming up our body, getting everything ready and prepped for what we are about to do. Now as we do this, think shoulders, they go down and back as if you're pressing your shoulder blades into your back pockets. This lifts up your chest, ribs open a little bit, so now you contract the ribs ever so slightly to engage the abdominals. One more time. Now single knees, up and up, up. Reach the arms up. And separate the legs, reaching forward. Add in a leg curl. Now knees come back up again. Reach up, right under you. And once again, feet out. Reach forward. Turn this into a leg curl. And tap your toe, reach across the chest. You have 4, 3, 2, hold here, roll through the back foot. Up and down, roll up. One more time. And hold, stretch forward, pull and embrace in from the center. Now turn to the front, toes come up, bending the knee, and hold. And you're hinging from your hips to come down, feeling the lengthening in the hamstring. Deep breath, exhale, and other side. Roll down and up. Down. This time, let's open up the arms to the sides. Out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold, stretching your calf. Turn to the front, toes up, bending the left leg and hinge. Deep breath. Exhale and hold. Now back to center. March here. Chest is up tall, shoulders are back and down. Just moving out the legs. Okay, so as we get started, let's start a little bit with balance first. So feet are hip distance, shoulder blades all the way back and down, crossing one arm in front. And now the other.
Underground.
Okay, left leg comes up, rotate and center. So here you go. You can hold onto a wall or a chair, or you can stare at me, which I've chosen you as my balance point. Now, as we are rotating from this left hip, notice what's going on with your right foot. All 5 toes should touch the floor. Your shoulders are back and down, and you're looking straight ahead, because here's the thing, wherever our eyes go, the body follows. So if you look down, you start to roll down. So I want you to sit up nice and tall. One more time. And release. The same thing with the other leg. Leg comes up and rotate. So now you notice what's happening with the toes of the left foot. See, and as I lose my concentration, then I start to shake too. That's okay, but we have to just bring ourselves right back to center. Bracing in from your center, keeping both hips parallel to the floor. 3 more. And 2. Now 1. Move the legs around. Okay. Feet are hip distance. There's a little baby chair behind you. Aim your tailbone back and just have a seat. So sitting here, you'll feel your toes wanting to come up. I want you to press your toes against the floor and make sure the knees are right over the ankles. Now stand up and squeeze from the glutes and press down and up. Always looking up towards me as we're exercising. Remember, where the eyes go, the body follows. So keeping your neutral spine throughout the movement. And making sure that all 10 toes touch the floor.
Underground.
Inhale one way, exhale the other. You have 5. And 4. Here's 3. 2, one more. And 1. Find the balance point or hold on. Leg comes up and rotate. Double check your shoulders, press them back and down. Pulling in from your center and rotate.
Underground.
up and down. 5. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. The other side, same thing. Double check your posture, leg comes up and rotate. Keeping the hip bones parallel to the floor. Full inhale, full exhale. You have 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both feet hip distance. Are you ready? Sit down in a tiny chair looking up to me and squeeze up from the glutes. Sit back and press up, making sure the knees land right over the ankles. Sometimes we push our knees forward. That places too much stress in the knees. So I want you to think about aiming your tailbone back and pressing your weight back. But as we do that, that's when our toes come up. So this is when you want to press your toes down. Engage the muscles of your feet. That helps us hold balance as well. 4 more. And 3. Now 2. And 1. Legs around. Okay. Next up, both feet go out. Nice and wide. We call this a sumo squat. Toes are out. Let's go down 1 time. And all I'd like you to do is glance down, make sure the knees are right over the ankles. Now sit up straight, squeeze and contract from the glutes, and then press out through your knees, sitting tall, and up and back out. Once again, keeping the knees right over the ankles. Deep breath and exhale. Press down. And again. 4. And 3. Here's 2 and 1. The legs around. Okay, stay facing me. I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see what I'm doing. Feet are hip distance, bend the knees slightly, press your tailbone back just ever so slightly. We are going to hinge, taking the left leg back. Now it bends 90 degrees and I want you to focus on your glutes. So contract your glutes and release. Pulling in from your center, contract your glutes and release. Contract and release. Deep breath and exhale. And up. Five. And 4. 3. 2. And 1. The other side. So bending the knees slightly, hinge slightly, right leg bends, and focus on the contraction. Up and down. So here's the thing. If we just lift the leg, the muscle isn't working as hard as it should be. So I want you to focus on the contraction. Because you're contracting the muscle, then the knee will lift. Pull in tight. Inhale one way, exhale the other. We have 4. And 3. And notice I'm holding neutral spine. 2, 1 more. And 1. Both feet out. Let's go down 1 time. Make sure your knees are in the right spot. Sit up tall and squeeze from the glutes and back down. Inhale one way, exhale the other. And lift up. 5, squeezing through the glutes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, again, stay towards me. I'll turn sideways so you can see. Bending both knees slightly, hinge. Left leg goes back 90 degrees. Find your balance and control and squeeze from the glute. Pulling in from your center and focusing more on contracting the muscle as opposed to just lifting. Deep breath and exhale. You have 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. The other side, same thing. Bend the knees, hinge forward, and now contract and release. bracing from your center, keeping the neutral spine. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Move the legs around. Okay, time to grab some water and meet me on the ground with your mat and your weights. There we go. Our weights are close by. Simply start out sitting any way you want to. The legs can go out or they can be crossed, but both arms come forward and you are in neutral. So sitting up tall, chest is up. Think shoulder blades. They squeeze back and they release. Now, if you feel like, oh, I don't have the flexibility to sit like this, I can't sit up tall. So I would like you to either roll up your mat or a towel or maybe use a yoga block and sit up on something that's a few inches off the ground. That will help you elongate your spine as we're sitting. Now touch the shoulder blades together. Notice my elbows aren't bending, so it's only the shoulder blades moving back and forward. 4 more. And 3, 2, and 1. Release the arms. Okay, moving over to the side. Let me get those weights out of the way. Let's start with some push-ups. Your hands are on the outside. Shift your body weight forward so you feel like all your body weight is in your hands. In theory, there should be more or less a straight line from the tip of your head to your knees. Now bend down 90 degrees, making sure the elbow lands right over the wrist, and then push up. Inhale one way, exhale the other. Five more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch back. Now let's reach for our lighter weights. And simply sitting up on our knees. Shoulder blades are back, turn the palms out, and start with a bicep curl. So here's the thing about strength training. I want the exercise to feel like it's kind of challenging. So if this weight feels too light, then you can get a different weight, something that feels a little bit more challenging. The key here is not to feel like you're struggling through the motion, that you actually have full control, but it just feels a little challenging. 4 more. And 3, 2, and 1. Lower the weights. Let's do another set of push-ups. Hands out wide. Shift your body weight forward. And lower and lift. Full inhale, full exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now this time reach the hands back and stretch them back. Reaching for your weights, sitting up nice and tall, palms go out, and lift. So you're focusing on holding your shoulders down and back. The elbow stays in one spot, and now I want you to focus on your bicep. Feel the muscle contract as you bend your elbow. Deepening your breathing. 5 more. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release those weights. Let's keep them close by. Now, bringing the bigger weights into the game now too. Rolling over to your side and shifting all the way to the back. Start by just bringing the knees into the chest. Deep breath and exhale. And release. Taking hold of your heavier weights. First, let's place ourselves in position. So the arms go up, the knuckles to the sky so your wrist is nice and straight. think of your shoulders, press them back towards the mat on the floor. You'll feel your chest rise slightly and then contract from the rib cage and open and close. As you open the arms out, your wrist lands right over the elbow. And as you press up, you'll feel a little bit of contraction in the chest. Four more. And 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. So bringing the legs up from here, take your legs up, and here's what I'd like you to do. Press the heels together. And imagine, I know this will sound strange, but bear with me. Imagine a hot bowl of soup on your feet right now. Hands are by your side, shoulders are back and down. Aim your knees towards your shoulders without dropping the soup. And then press up through the inner thighs and come back down and up. Full inhale, full exhale. Five more. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down, heavier weights in hand. Start from the top, knuckles to the sky. Shoulders are pushed into the mat. And press down and up. Inhale and exhale. Five more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down. Legs come up, heels together. Remember the bowl of soup on the top of your shoes. And now lower and lift. So the key, hey! The key is to keep your feet parallel to the sky. Pressing up through the inner thighs. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Legs come down, hands go behind the head, and lift up off the floor about an inch. I call that the hover. From here, take your awareness to your rib cage. So start to squeeze in from the ribs so that your upper body comes up, and then open from the ribs so your upper body goes down. So your hands are behind your head, simply holding the weight of your head. But the lift and the lower comes from the movement of the rib cage opening and closing. Use your breath as you move. So you inhale one way, exhale the other. 5 more. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold here. Let's take lighter weights this time. Arms come straight up, shoulders press into the mat. So same thing with the knuckles. The knuckles go up, this keeps your wrists nice and straight. Bend down about 90 degrees and press straight up. This time focusing on the tricep, the back of your arm. If you focus enough, you'll feel the muscle contract. That's your goal. I want you to feel the contraction. 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, hands go behind the head, hover off the mat, and contract from the ribs and release. Full inhale, full exhale. We have 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down, take hold of the weights. Arms come back up, knuckles to the sky, and 90 degrees and up. Deepening your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. So turning back over, let's go back to all fours. Keeping both weights by your sides. So we'll start with the big weight. But first things first, let's go into all fours. I want you to feel like a tabletop. Tailbone is aiming back, your neutral spine. Now reach for the dumbbell and think of your elbow. Keep the elbow very close to the back, to the body, and at the same time squeeze your shoulder blade next to your left shoulder blade and then release. The movement feels like it's kind of limited because of the floor, but that's okay. So this is the movement of moving the shoulder blade towards the other shoulder blade, and you work your upper back. Up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now take hold of the lighter weight. So same position, same arm, elbow comes in. This time reach forward and pull back. Up and back, still looking at the floor, bracing from the center. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Let's do the same on the other side. Starting with your bigger weight, tabletop position, and lift. So feel the retraction in the shoulder blades. Keep the elbow close to the body as you lift, and squeeze from the shoulder blades. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now take your lighter weight, same position, reach forward and back. Out and back. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down. Guess what? We have another round. Starting with the right arm, find your tabletop and lift. Feeling the shoulder blades connect, keeping the elbow nice and tight to the body. Bracing in from your center. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let the weight go. Let's go to the smaller weight. Reach in and forward. Full inhale, full exhale. As the weight feels heavier, that's when you want to brace in from your center a little bit more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the weight. We have the other side. Double check your posture and lift. Keeping the elbow tight to the body. Full inhale, full exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now the lighter weight, reach in and forward and back. Full inhale, full exhale. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the weight. Come back to the front, sitting any way you'd like to. Cross one arm in front of the chest, shoulders down and back. Now with the same arm, give yourself a side stretch, pushing your left hip into the floor. And same arm, reach for the ear to shoulder. And hold. Now the other side, cross the chest. Same arm, reach up and over, pushing the right hip into the ground. And same arm, ear to shoulder, and hold. Now both hands behind the head, And I'd like you to use your hands for resistance. So slowly, just enjoy the stretch of the chin to the chest. But now on the way up, use your hands to resist as you're coming up. And again, chin to chest. And resist, chin to chest. Resist, 2 more, chin to chest. Resist, 1 more time, chin to chest. And resist up. Now hold here, rotate over to the left, pressing back with the left elbow and extend both arms and reach. Hands behind the head, rotate back to the center, other side. Reach both arms out. Back in and to the center. Let's do this one more time. To the left, reach out. Back to the front, other side. And reach out. Arms back in and back to center. Release the arms. Extending both legs out. Now sitting up nice and tall. Think of the hinge. If you feel like you're rounded under, then prop something up so you can sit up on something. Just a little bit, a few inches usually helps. Chest is up, now hinge from the hips down. Pulling the toes towards you so you feel the lengthening through the calves and all through the hamstrings. Inhale and exhale. One more time, big deep breath. Exhale. And release. Now crossing the left leg over into a figure 4. Deep breath again and exhale and hinge. Now this time reach for the knee and let's rotate to the left. Sitting up as tall as you can. Aiming your left shoulder back as much as you can at the same time. And staying with this side, let's come forward. Lower the forearm, you'll hinge slightly. Left arm comes up and now open out and back. And release the other side. Cross the foot over, deep breath. Exhale and hinge. And lift the knee up. Aiming your right shoulder back, sitting up nice and tall. Staying with this side, hinge forward, forearm goes down, right arm comes up, and open back. And release. Now, both feet come in, big deep breath. Exhale, hinge, and hold. Deep breath, and exhale. And release. Once again, sitting any way you'd like to. Nice and tall. Both arms come forward and rotate around the wrist. Big circle, drawing as big as you can. And then the other side, all the way around. And now bring both hands together and fingertips go down, feeling the stretch in the forearms. Release, inhale, and exhale. And both arms come forward, open out wide. Just press and shift your body weight slightly forward so you feel the stretch in your chest and shoulders, and release. And again, press the arms back, chest comes forward. Release, one more time, press back. Left leg comes out with the right knee bent, sitting up nice and tall. Feel that both hips are aiming towards the foot, and then hinge forward, pulling the toes back towards you. Deep breath. Exhale, hold. Now, same leg, simply shift your weight into the right. Reach the leg back, so lifting up the knee, and I want you to press the knee back as far as you can, pulling in from your abdominals, contracting from the glutes, but then feeling the stretch in your quadricep. Release, let's do that one more time. Press back and hold. And release. Now the other leg goes out. Deep breath here, and exhale, hinge forward, pulling the toes towards you. Deep breath. Exhale. Release. Now shift over to the left. Leg goes back, push the heel back, contract through the glutes, feeling the stretch right along the quadricep. Release, let's do that one more time. Press back and hold. And release back to center. Interlace the fingers, just stretch the hands forward. Let those go. Let's do that one more time. Stretch forward. And drop the hands down. Shoulders come up, back and around. One more time. And let those go. Thank you so much for joining me in today's class. Make sure you go out there, drink plenty of water, and of course, keep the body moving. Until next time, bye for now.